with a great career ahead, unending ambition and drive. I call him a perfect partner. You know why? He was chosen by me. Yes, ours is a love marriage. Love for 8 years and with a lot of struggles got married. As a regular discussion between every husband and wife post-marriage, we also decided not to have child at least for a year. But unknowingly or accidentally, I became pregnant. To be truthful, I didn't want this child because I wasn't ready both physically and mentally. But being married to a traditional Indian Hindu family, I was forced to have this child. So we made up our mind and decided to go further. I became pregnant and I was taken back to my mom's place and taken good care of. Every month on month, when we went for the checkups, the doctor said, the baby inside my womb seems to be hale and healthy. But what happened? Listen to the full story. It was on the day of tsunami hit during the year 2004. The visuals that got telecasted on the television about the tsunami hit that triggered my maternity pain. We phoned up the doctor. We rushed to the hospital. The doctor said it's just 10 minutes away for the baby to see the world. I was so curious. I was excited to welcome my baby. Just 10 minutes after I stepped into the maternity ward, I could hear the baby crying. I was so happy on hearing the baby crying sound. The doctor came and whispered in my ears, "PADMAJA, stay strong, be bold, be confident to face the world." I got confused. What is that all about? The doctor should say which baby I have given birth to, either a boy or a girl. But what is the purpose of doctor telling all these statements? I don't know literally what has happened. I didn't feel anything at all, but I didn't lose my conscience. Then they said, "We will show you the baby." The baby was shown to me. I felt like dying because I had given birth to a physically disabled child. This was not the motherhood that I expected, and this was not the motherhood I wanted for. My parents and my husband are waiting outside the maternity ward to hear which baby I have given birth to. When they stepped in, I pretended not to be sad, not to be worried. Instead, I pretended myself to be happy. But you know what? The so-called perfect partner, my husband, came and said, "You have given birth to a boy baby, and it's our baby. Let's bring him up. Don't be worried, we are all together with you." That was the time I knew my husband knew this well before than me. As every mother felt happy after giving birth to a baby, but I felt like the extreme stage of exhaustment. It was like the burnout. I literally don't know what has happened, because during my regular checkups I was told the baby inside my womb seems to be hale and healthy. But why does it lead to a physically disabled child? Is it because of the chromosomal problems? Is it because of the genetic problems? Or is it because of the infections? Or is it because of the exposure to the external medications which I undergone during my pregnancy? None of them, because I was told that I am hale and healthy and the baby seems to be healthy. The burnout feeling made me, I should feel like dying. I felt agitated, I felt exhausted, and I was feeling isolated at home. You know, when married to a traditional Indian Hindu family, if any wrong things happens, it is always on the daughter-in-laws. Good credit goes to others, but the blame is always on the daughter-in-laws. I thought just navigating to another career, becoming rich, leading a luxurious and sophisticated life, and giving him whatever he wants will make his disability vanish away. Because I literally don't want to feed the child. I felt agitated. I got isolated. I was thinking this is what now the motherhood that I expected. I was taken back to my in-laws' place with my child. It was months passing on. When months passed by, it was exactly on the 7th month. The baby has to take his first step. But during this course of months, whenever we speak to all the neighborhood, the people around us, the friends, the kith and the kin, everybody tells that they have given birth to a normal child. Why only us? When we analyzed, it was said out of 121 crore population in India during the 2011 census, it was 2.21% of the children are born disabled, which is around 2.68 crore. And I am one among the 2.21% of the whole population. I literally don't have answers why I have given birth to a baby like this. It was on his 7th month, that is the day where the child has to take his first step. He tried to crawl because he had only his left hand. His right limb was missing. That was the disability he had. The baby tried to crawl. He couldn't. He slipped away. He lost his balance. Tears started shedding down. This wasn't the motherhood that I expected. But the baby did not lose his hope. The baby doesn't want to give up. The baby tried again. Second time, the baby tried. He tried to crawl. Again, he lost his balance. He got slipped. He fell down. I couldn't see that. I just stood back. I started stepping away. But the third time, the baby doesn't even give up. He tried, and finally he succeeded to crawl. The moment he started crawling, my perfect partner said, "Come on baby, you have done it." I could see the smile on his face. I could see literally my husband smiling. I went and asked him, "Was this the child that you were expecting? Or was this the child that we were expecting?" I remember during my pregnancy, we decided if I give birth to a boy baby, he should be named as Sahasrajit, which means in Sanskrit, 1,000 victories. If a girl baby is born, she should be named Sahitya, one who will excel in fine arts, thereby getting the Sahitya Academy Award. But do you think this boy baby, whom we have named as Sahasrajit, will give us 1,000 victories? I asked him furiously, "How come you can stay happy on seeing this child?" He just said, and he quoted a scene from a movie called Anjali, a Tamil movie which got nominated to the Oscars. In that movie, the elder daughter of the family goes and asks her father, Anjali being a specially abled child, why the child has born to us? Why not to other family? The father will be so generous enough in answering the daughter. When God decided to bring Anjali to the world, He wanted to choose the best parents in the world. And that's why Anjali is here. I am the best parent, we are the best parents, and you will be the best sister to Anjali. So that is why Sahasrajit to us. Make to reach greater heights, and why don't we become the best proud parents? When this baby of mine doesn't want to give up while crawling, when my husband, the so-called perfect partner, doesn't want to give up in bringing him, why should I? So I decided to navigate to another career where I can spend a lot of quality of time, the playtime with the child. I made up my mind, this is my child and I should bring him. My parents were behind me to support in bringing him up. Years passed by, and this is the time where we have to put him in the school. As a mother, it always pains in the heart, right? Whether the child will be able to face the world. If I put him in a regular schooling, will he be able to cope up with the academics? Will he be able to face his peers? Will he be able to draw a line with the help of scale and pencil? Will he be able to tear across the pages when the 5 years sits under the fan? And will he be able to play with the friends on the playground? Will he be normal to face the other people? Lot of questions in my mind, and it felt like the fear. But I remember studying about the UNESCO Salamanca statement during the year June 1994, where 92 governments and 25 international organizations formed a world conference stating and declaring a statement, education for all within the regular education system, which states that no school should deny admission for a child, especially for a specially able or differently able, depending upon their percentage of disability. This statement clearly states that education is open for all within mixed communities. So we decided to put him in a regular school, and he was put in the regular school which was the best in our neighborhood. It was one fine day. I still remember his first teacher, who was none else than Lindsay teacher, the maths teacher, who phoned up and said, "I wish to talk to you." I got frustrated. I was furious. I don't know what the teacher is going to talk about. Whether my child doesn't cope up with his academies, whether my child is facing difficulties when it comes for the schooling. With lot of fear, with lot of hesitation, I attended her call. And she said, "Ma'am, I just take 2 minutes of your time." And I was told it was fun with fingers during the maths period. All the children were instructed to lift both their hands to do the counting of 1 to 10. The period stays fun with fingers. When all the children lifted both the hands to do the counting of 1 to 5 on the one hand and 6 to 10 on the other, this boy, whom I framed as Sahasrajit, doesn't want to give up. He was smiling at the teacher, lifted his left hand, counted 1 to 5 when all the children were using their right hand. When all the children took their other hand to do the 6 to 10 counting, he dropped down his hand once and lifted the same hand again, smiled at the teacher and counted 6 to 10 with no hesitations and no worries. The teacher said, "You have given birth to a blessed baby whom you should be so proud of." That was the time I realized. The moment I saw the baby, I felt like dying. But this baby doesn't want to give up in front of his peers, in front of the teacher, and he's ready to face the world with all the challenges that come across. Once again, years passed by. This is the time where all the boys go and spend maximum time on the playground. When he went to the ground, he found it so difficult to hold the cricket bat even. He was so fond of cricket to play with his friends. Had he chosen bowling, I would be the happiest person in the world. But he thought he would go with the batting. And he found it so difficult to hit even a single run with the bat. On seeing me crying, this boy came and told me, "I thought I will go with cricket, but I feel like cricket is not for me. Why don't you put me in the chess class?" I went and spoke to my husband. "Was this the parenthood that you were looking for?" I remember he was telling, when a boy baby is born, he should be a cricketer, he should be a bike rider. But nothing has happened to us. As he wished, we put him in the chess class. From his childhood, as he does, he didn't even give any failure to us. Yes, now he has excelled in chess and became an internationally federated player, ranked in top among the India. Days passed by and years started rolling on. This is the time where we have to put him in the university. As he has reached his 18 years of age, where all the boys tend to have only the bikes in their hand, we decided to make him licensed driver. We have several initiatives, several procedures, several benefits that are done by the government, especially to the physically disabled children. So much of benefits, but the policies, the procedures and the practices that needs to be followed are killing us, especially the parents of differently abled child. According to a study conducted by Family and Mental Health Issue of United States of America, dealing with mental issues of parents of differently abled children are more challenging than dealing with the parents of normally abled children. Yes, the level of mental stress and the issues that we come across, that we undergo every day, can't be expressed by words. Even though we have all the documentations right in place, even though we have all the documentations to be submitted on time, getting a license done is becoming a difficult task for us. He got passionate towards artificial intelligence, and my son said he wants to become an AI expert which will rule the world. We decided to put him in a best university, and he got admitted to the university which he wished for. He is pursuing his artificial intelligence. This is the time we have to give him an artificial limb support, which will help him to undergo, or which will help him to deal with the machines, as he is passionate about machine learning. When we approached the doctors, the plastic surgeons, the specialists, they suggested us to go with the bionic hand. Bionic hand is artificial limb which has the sensors and that will read the mind and make the fingers move accordingly. We were sitting outside the hospital. That was the time a parent was talking to the doctor. This artificial hand being so expensive, the parent cannot afford. And she was telling, is there any alternate can I do for my son? On hearing this, my son Sahasrajit came and told me, you are in a position to afford me a bionic hand, but there are several other parents in the world that they cannot afford the bionic hand to the people or to the children who are like me. Me pursuing my artificial intelligence, me wish to become an AI expert with the machine learning. Why don't I design the own bionic hand which can be affordable to all the people like others who can afford? Yes, he is in the process of designing his own bionic hand with AI enabled. I feel proud in standing in front of you. This was the same mother who felt like dying on the day of tsunami hit. But today in front of you, I stand as a proud mother. There are small changes that can be done within ourselves. Self-acceptance is the first thing. Only when we start accepting, the society will start accepting them. Few changes which we did at home had a great impact on him. He was finding so difficult to rotate the tap as he uses only his left hand to eat. We changed to a sleeky tap which he was using comfortably with his right limb. Right from the laced shoes, we moved to the Velcro shoes as he became more self-dependent on that. Instead of button-down shirts, we moved to button-up shirts where he will become independent, not to get help from anyone in buttoning his shirts. Instead of wired mouse, we moved to wireless mouse where he will have good access to all the technological gadgets. And this was the environment created by us, an environment that is accessible to a disabled child. He proved me ableism is not doing things with a proper body structure. Instead, he showed me ableism is doing things differently with improper body structure. Friends, let us make this environment accessible for these differently abled children. And we have started making the change. What about you? Think about it. Thank you.